All right, now we have a fluke or either flounder. Typical sawfish we call hirame. First of all, we can actually take the fin off because like fish itself is pretty big, and we're going to trim those part off first and make it fish itself smaller and easy to work with. Right, then we're going to descale with the knife from tail towards to the head. Meat itself is a little bit surface is a little bit kind of slimy and probably possible to move around. So like you can actually put the any kind of rag right underneath of it. Then stop moving. Tail towards to the head. Gently you're going to start. You're just going to scale off. And also like try to take the scales off from the bevel all the time, because if the scales is in between the skin to the knife, it's really hard to descale it. Then also the hardest part is actually the belly right there. So belly is a little bit weaker than the other part of the rest of the part of the meat. So if you can apply it a little bit finger underneath from the opposite side. Of course, you can switch to the knife if you like. You don't have to stay with the deba. If you have a yanagi, that's also good too. Whichever you're comfortable. But be careful, yanagi is the pretty sharp knife. You might possible to take the skin off. And the very further side is like really too flat against it. The knife gonna be set against to it. So actually you can turn your fish and leave it close to your side to scale off. You can go ahead flip this. If it's you have a hard time, you can go ahead turn your knife and go ahead scale off with the opposite way. Same thing. Okay, it's like a further side. You can go ahead switch. So after you taking all the scales off by the knife, we're going to cut the head off, and we're going to cut the tails off, and we're going to fillet from right there. Saltfish, he has actually the really hardest bones close to the fin side right there. We're going to cut these part off, and actually the hirame, fluke, the liver, it's so tasty. We usually steam cook it, or it's even the boil cook it, and like you're gonna eat those, so like you're not gonna damage those part. Follow this bone part. Go ahead, cut the meat and try to hold it a little bit of the fin up, then go ahead, try to cut the skin and the thin meats to not to damage the liver. That's how you can cut these. Then all the way here, and go ahead, detach the fin bones. All right, then make sure, the head side, there's more meat, and you can detach nicely. All right, then go ahead, flip to the other side. Do the exactly same thing. Here's the harder part of the bone, so like you're going to, go ahead, cut the meat, then thin meats and skin close to the belly side. You just keep holding up the fin, then you can go ahead, detach the meat off. All right, then main spine is right underneath it. You can go ahead, detach main spine off. Then you can pull out the guts and this egg and this liver. Just watch out this green bag. Don't bust those. Stomach and this, and also the liver. Those three parts you can steam or even boil it, and you can eat it. All right, same thing as the rest of the fish. Here's the spleen. Is located inside of the belly bone. So like you're going to just cut those skin, then we're going to clean up underneath of the water, and also at the same time go ahead, clean up your cutting board too.